True power does not come from the desire to control or to dominate, but from the ability to move in harmony with life itself. When you look around, you will see that the strongest forces in nature are never in conflict with their surroundings. The river does not fight the rocks, it flows around them. The wind does not resist the mountains, it dances across their peaks. In the same way, when you stop resisting life and instead align yourself with its rhythm, you begin to discover a power that does not exhaust, a strength that does not break, a force that moves effortlessly. Many people confuse power with aggression. They believe that to be strong, they must constantly push, fight, and struggle against everything they face. But that kind of power is brittle. It shatters under enough pressure. Real strength is supple, adaptable, and alive. Just as bamboo bends with the storm yet does not snap. True power comes from flexibility, from harmony, from knowing when to yield and when to stand firm. To live in harmony is not to be passive. It is not about stepping aside and letting life decide everything for you. It is about awareness, seeing things as they are, not as your ego wishes them to be. When you are aware, you no longer waste your energy fighting what cannot be changed. Instead, you use that energy to move where the opening exists, to flow where the path is clear. And in this flow, you discover that your actions carry far more impact because they are in tune with the natural order, not against it. Think of a fighter who is tense, always rushing, always trying to impose his will. His movements are stiff, predictable, easily broken. But the fighter who moves with harmony, who feels the rhythm of his opponent, who knows when to step back and when to advance, he becomes untouchable. His power comes not from forcing, but from aligning. His strength lies not in brute force, but in timing, precision, and the ability to flow. The same truth applies beyond the fight. In your relationships, in your work, in your challenges, the more you resist, the heavier everything feels. But when you learn to align, to accept, and to flow, you begin to act with ease. Even great challenges become opportunities, not burdens. You stop wasting energy in conflict and instead channel it into creation. That is the secret. When you are in harmony with life, your very presence becomes powerful. Power in harmony is not about conquering the world outside, but about mastering the world within. When you are no longer divided against yourself, when your thoughts, emotions, and actions move as one, then every step you take carries weight, every word you speak carries strength, and every action leaves an imprint. This is the kind of power that does not fade, the kind of strength that cannot be taken away. True power flows from harmony, not conflict. Quiet does not mean weakness. In fact, quiet is the birthplace of true strength. Many mistake noise, shouting, and constant display as signs of power. But that is only the surface. Noise is a mask, a cover to hide the emptiness beneath. Quiet, on the other hand, is substance. Quiet is depth. It is in silence that you sharpen the mind. Conserve your energy and prepare yourself to strike with clarity when the moment calls. When you are quiet, you listen not just to others, but to yourself, to the world, to the flow of life around you. Most people are too busy filling the air with words, rushing to prove themselves, to ever hear what silence is teaching. But the one who knows how to be still, how to hold back unnecessary words and actions, develops an advantage that others cannot see. Quiet builds patience, patience builds timing, and timing is everything. One movement at the right time is worth more than 1,000 wasted in haste. Quiet is not retreat, it is preparation. Think of the archer who pulls the bow. In that moment, everything is still. Breath is calm, eyes focused, the world silent. And then, with one release, the arrow flies with unstoppable force. That is the power of quiet. It gathers strength, it builds focus, and then it unleashes with precision. In life too, there are times when silence is stronger than words, when restraint is more powerful than reaction. To remain quiet in the face of provocation is not weakness, it is control. To choose silence when the ego demands noise is mastery. When you can stay calm and silent in the middle of chaos, you become untouchable. Others waste their energy in anger, in shouting, in proving themselves, while you remain centered, conserving your strength, ready to move with purpose. Noise is wasted energy, but quiet preserves it. The one who learns to value silence becomes like deep water, calm on the surface, but with hidden strength beneath. There is no need to prove, no need to display, because real strength does not announce itself. It reveals itself only when necessary. Understand this. Quiet is not the absence of power. Quiet is the presence of it. To be quiet is to be confident, to be rooted, to know that strength does not need to scream. It only needs to act when the right moment arrives. And when it does, silence breaks with unstoppable force. Strength is born in quiet. Harmony is the meeting point of opposites. It is where softness and firmness, calm and intensity, light and shadow come together to form balance. Many believe that strength lies in being only hard, only forceful, always pushing forward. Others believe it lies in being only soft, always yielding, never resisting. But the truth is, strength is not found in one side alone. It is found in the balance between the two. Look at water. It is soft enough to flow gently, to move around obstacles without resistance, yet strong enough to carve valleys, to wear down stone, to shape the earth itself. Its power lies not in choosing only one form, but in being both soft and strong depending on what the moment requires. In the same way, harmony in life is about knowing when to yield and when to stand firm, when to be still and when to move with force. When you live only in extremes, you become limited. Too much hardness makes you brittle. Too much softness makes you weak. But when you cultivate harmony, you gain freedom. You are no longer trapped by one way of being. You can adapt, you can shift, you can respond to any situation with the quality it demands. That is the essence of true power, not rigid strength, but balanced strength. In conflict, harmony allows you to remain composed, to never be thrown off center. While others are lost in anger, you stay in balance. While others push blindly, you move with awareness. And because you are not bound to one way, you cannot be predicted, you cannot be broken. You flow like water, but strike like lightning when the moment calls. Harmony is not weakness, it is mastery of both worlds. To be gentle when needed is strength. To be fierce when necessary is strength. To hold the balance between the two is the highest strength of all. It is not about choosing softness or hardness, calm or intensity. It is about being both, about knowing how to unite them without conflict. When you find harmony within yourself, your actions carry clarity. Your movements are precise. Your decisions are firm yet flexible. Your presence is steady. You are no longer divided, you are whole. And in that wholeness lies a force that cannot be shaken. Harmony is balance, and balance is strength. Strength does not always come from movement, effort, or noise. It often grows in stillness, when the heart is calm and the mind is clear. Even the smallest action can carry the weight of thunder. Stillness is not inactivity. It is preparation. It is focus. It is the sharpening of spirit before release. Most people believe that strength is built only in struggle, in constant motion, in endless striving. They exhaust themselves chasing, forcing, fighting against life, believing that this restless energy is power. But true strength does not come from being constantly in motion. It comes from knowing when to stop, when to breathe, when to center yourself so that every movement that follows is rooted in clarity. In stillness, you gather your energy. You learn to direct it rather than scatter it, just as an arrow cannot be released without first being drawn back. True strength is born in the pause before action. The silence before the strike is what gives the strike its force. Stillness transforms chaos into focus, and focus transforms weakness into strength. Think of the mountain. It does not move, yet its presence shapes the land around it. Its power is not in constant activity, but in its unshakable stillness. Or think of deep water. On the surface it may seem calm, but beneath lies depth, force, and life. Stillness is never empty. It is full of potential waiting to be unleashed. The one who can sit in stillness without fear, without restlessness, without the need to constantly act, develops an inner strength that others cannot understand. They rush, they panic, they waste energy trying to fill silence with noise. But you remain centered, steady, patient. And when you finally act, your action is clean, precise, unstoppable, because it comes from clarity, not chaos. Strength in stillness is also strength in restraint. To hold back when your ego demands reaction is power. To remain calm when others are consumed by fear is power. To see clearly when the world is clouded by noise is power. This strength is not about showing force to others. It is about mastering yourself. When your mind is still, you are no longer divided. Your thoughts, your emotions, your actions move together as one. In this state, even a single word can inspire. A single action can change everything. A single step can alter the course of events. That is the weight of strength born in stillness. It magnifies everything you do. Strength grows in stillness. Noise wastes energy. Silence preserves it. Every unnecessary word, every restless action, every moment spent trying to prove yourself to others drains your strength. But silence gathers it. Silence stores it like a reservoir, waiting for the right moment to release. The one who understands this no longer wastes life in noise, but learns the art of conserving energy, of letting silence do the work. Look around, most people are addicted to noise. They speak even when nothing needs to be said. They move even when stillness would serve them better. They mistake constant motion for progress, constant talking for wisdom. Yet all this noise is like a fire burning without purpose. It consumes fuel, but creates nothing lasting. Silence, on the other hand, is like a steady flame, controlled, focused, enduring. When you are silent, you listen more deeply. You see more clearly. You feel the subtleties that noise drowns out. You conserve your strength. You become patient, and patience sharpens your timing. The one who listens more than he speaks, who observes more than he reacts, will always have the advantage. His energy is intact, his clarity unbroken, his strike precise. Think of a master who moves only when necessary. Each action is minimal, yet each carries maximum effect. Why? Because nothing is wasted. No motion is excess. No energy is scattered. This mastery is born from silence. In silence, you learn discipline. You learn to cut away the unnecessary. You learn to focus all your energy into the essential. Silence is not emptiness. It is fullness contained. It is power that does not need to announce itself. When you speak less, your words gain weight. When you act less often, your actions carry impact. Silence gives meaning, just as space gives form to the cup, or pauses give beauty to music. Without silence, there is only noise. Without restraint, there is only waste. To embrace silence is not to hide. It is to be confident enough not to constantly prove. It is to know that strength is not measured by how loud you are, but by how steady you remain. Others may shout to show power, but their energy burns quickly and fades. The silent one preserves his strength, and when he finally speaks or moves, the world listens. Noise wastes, silence preserves. The more you learn this truth, the stronger you become, for your energy is no longer scattered but gathered, no longer spent but stored, no longer diluted but focused. And focused energy is unstoppable. Silence preserves strength. Harmony is not submission, it is mastery. To move in harmony with life does not mean to surrender your will. It means to command it more fully. Many confuse harmony with weakness, believing that to flow with circumstances is to let life control you. But in truth, it is the opposite. When you resist life, you are tossed about like a leaf in the storm. When you align with it, you become like the wind itself, shaping the course of the storm. Submission is to be carried blindly, without awareness, without choice. Harmony is to flow with awareness, with intent, with clarity. Imagine a skilled sailor. He does not fight the ocean, nor does he allow himself to be at its mercy. He studies its current, feels its rhythm, and uses the wind and waves to carry him exactly where he intends to go. This is harmony, not resistance, not blind submission, but mastery through alignment. To fight everything is foolishness. To submit to everything is weakness. The wise one understands balance. To yield when yielding preserves strength. To stand firm when firmness is needed. This is not passive. It is powerful. It means you no longer waste energy struggling against what cannot be changed, nor do you give up your will to forces outside yourself. Instead, you learn to move with them, to guide them, to use them to your advantage. Think of a martial artist facing an opponent. If he resists blindly, he will be overpowered. If he submits completely, he will be defeated. But if he flows with his opponent's energy, if he redirects force rather than colliding with it, then he controls the fight without wasting effort. He is not submitting. He is mastering the exchange. In life, it is the same. Obstacles will come, challenges will rise, and storms will appear. You cannot control the winds, but you can control your sail. You cannot command the waves, but you can learn to ride them. Harmony gives you freedom where resistance brings exhaustion and submission brings defeat. It allows you to move with life's rhythm while never losing yourself in it. When you master harmony, you discover effortlessness. Things begin to flow. Your actions carry precision. Your words carry weight. Your presence carries authority. This is not because life suddenly becomes easier. It is because you have learned how to move with it instead of against it. That is mastery. Harmony is not about surrendering power. It is about discovering the highest power, the ability to align without losing direction, to flow without losing strength, to bend without breaking. It is the art of mastering life by moving with it. Harmony is mastery. Quiet builds focus, and focus builds strength. In the silence, distractions fall away, and what remains is clarity. Most people scatter their energy because they are never truly quiet. Their minds are restless, their thoughts tangled, always chasing one thing after another. But when you embrace quiet, your attention sharpens like a blade, and a sharp blade always cuts deeper than a dull one. Focus is born in quiet. When you strip away the noise, the endless chatter of the world, you begin to see what truly matters. You are no longer pulled in every direction, you move in one, with purpose. This is where strength begins, not in muscle alone, but in the ability to direct your whole being toward a single aim without hesitation. A restless mind is like a lamp flickering in the wind, its light scattered and weak. A quiet mind is like a steady flame, bright, unwavering, capable of lighting the way. With focus, even the smallest action gains power. A single drop of water, when focused, can pierce stone. A single beam of light, when focused, can cut through steel. In the same way, your strength grows when your mind and body move in one direction, undistracted, undivided. Quiet gives you mastery over yourself. When you are quiet, you listen to the subtle voice within, the one drowned out by noise and restlessness. You learn to see not with your eyes alone, but with your whole awareness. You become present, and in presence lies power. Others may waste themselves in haste, reacting without thought. But you remain still inside, and from that stillness you strike with precision. In training, quiet gives discipline. In life, quiet gives patience. Both feed focus, and focus feeds strength. The one who cannot be quiet cannot be strong, because his energy leaks away in every distraction, every reaction, every needless movement. But the one who embraces quiet becomes like an arrow drawn back, steady, aimed with intent, released with unstoppable force. Strength built from focus does not shout. It does not boast. It reveals itself in results. The focused mind achieves what the scattered mind only dreams of. The focused spirit endures what the restless spirit breaks under. And the source of that focus is quiet. The silence where you gather yourself, align yourself, and prepare yourself. Quiet builds focus. Focus builds strength. Power and harmony live within. They are not found in external battles, in displays of force, or in the approval of others. They are cultivated in the depths of your own mind and spirit. When you are at peace with yourself, when your thoughts, emotions, and actions move together as one, you carry a strength that no challenge can shake. Many search for power outside themselves, believing it comes from wealth, status, or recognition. Yet all these are fleeting, fragile, easily taken away. True power arises from inner alignment, from the harmony between what you think, what you feel, and what you do. When these are in balance, your presence alone influences the world around you. You do not need to shout to be heard. You do not need to push to make an impact. Harmony within is like a perfectly tuned instrument. When it is aligned, every note you play resonates clearly, carrying far beyond your immediate reach. Your decisions become precise, your actions deliberate, your words meaningful. There is no wasted effort, no chaos, no friction. You move through life with a natural force, touching situations, people, and challenges with exactly the right energy. Inner power also allows you to remain unshaken amidst turbulence. The storms of life, the anger of others, the uncertainty of circumstance, the pressure of expectation cannot disturb a mind that is centered, calm, and harmonious. Like a deep river, your surface may appear calm, but your current runs strong and steady, unstoppable. This is the strength that comes from within. When you cultivate harmony inside, every external conflict becomes manageable. You are not reactive, you are responsive. You do not burn your energy in struggle, you direct it with clarity. Your focus sharpens, your timing perfects, and your presence carries weight. Others may act with noise, desperation, or force, but your inner harmony ensures that your impact is enduring, precise, and effortless. Power and harmony are not things you find, they are states you create. They exist in the stillness of the mind, in the clarity of purpose, in the alignment of thought and action. When you nurture them, you become like the mountain and the river combined, steady, unyielding, yet flowing with life and possibility. Power and harmony live within.